Daniels, resident at 102 South Philly Park. When I say silly, I capitalize that S.
Okay.
It's very silly. So, but anyway, what's happened is that I've had issues with the housing authority. I've been told things that I should have been told, or either I was told things that I should have been told, but they make it seem like it shouldn't have been told. So what it is that the communication is array right now, and what's happened is that my housing chances are in jeopardy now because of what the housing authority has done against me, that I feel like they had no right to do, and they did not consent me in any kind of way before they did what they did. So what they did was change my numbers from a positive number, it was a number where I got letters where I could move, and even though those moves didn't work out, I came back to the housing authority and I asked them, I said, well, what is the potentiality of me getting any more letters? And they told me, well, as soon as something else kind of opens up, we'll send you some more letters. But in that process, what they did was they took me off of that preference that I changed to, which was a studio, and put me back to a one-bedroom, which my numbers changed from number 6 to over 1,000.
Okay, let me slow you down. The watching audience don't know what you mean by numbers. You're talking about waitlist
my
numbers?
Waitlist numbers, exactly.
So
where
you were on at what number?
I was originally at number 1,000, something like that, but then I called the housing authority and talked to a young lady here and asked her how could I expedite the process of me being able to move it to better housing.
Right.
And she told me if I was to change my preference from a one-bedroom to a studio,
okay,
my numbers would change. So we made that change, and my number came out being number 6.
Wow.
Right after that, I was sent 3 letters with potentiality of moving.
Okay.
Even though those letters didn't work out, and I went to those places and inferred about moving, but even though it didn't work out, I came back to the housing authority and asked them what would be the potentiality of me getting any more letters. And they told me, well, as soon as anything else came through, they would send me letters. But in that process, they changed my preference from that studio back to a one-bedroom, which my numbers, and then my numbers went back up to 1,000.
Got you. Okay.
And the last time I checked with them, they went even higher.
Okay. So you are here today at the where? Where are we at?
At the housing authority. Excuse me. The housing authority.
And
today's date is January the 12th, 2012.
And you just,
and I just gave public comment about what happened to me, and I have the evidence and the paperwork to show this, to show what happened to me.
And so
what I feel like the resolution should be is that they should put me back at top priority,
right,
for a better housing unit to move into, which is a studio or an apartment, and they should do that expediently.
Okay. What did they, or what did one of their representatives say they would do for you?
Well, he told me that he would look into it. His name is Anthony Pichito. He's the Director of Public Housing Operations.
And he will look into this problem.
He will look into this and get back to me ASAP.
Okay.
But believe me, I will get back to him ASAP.
Sounds like
to find out what is going on and how this is going to be changed to favor my preference on the list.
And how long have you been living in
substandard
SRO?
I have been living in substandard housing for the last 10 years or more. Okay. And I've been on the waiting list for 10 years.
Exactly. In the city
of San Francisco.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, darling. I appreciate it.
All right.